big yawn. So Hayley was born on the summer solstice of 2004. She was originally my middle daughter's cat. It was my daughter who named her Hayley. I I don't, in fact, I know I wouldn't have named a cat Hayley if it had been up to me, but it wasn't up to me. And I think my daughter was turning 13 when she got her. And then my daughter moved out of the house in 2008 and or 2007 maybe, and took Hayley with her and had her for, I don't know, I think she had her for about a year. And then my daughter couldn't have Hayley anymore, was moving into an apartment where she couldn't have a cat, and was going to find another home for her. And I said, no way, she's coming with me. And so I took Hayley, which caused a huge rift with my then boyfriend that I was living with, the same guy that I had to get away from. And, he basically tried telling me, no, you can't have a cat. And I basically said, well, it's either me or the cat. And so I took Hayley, and I've had her ever since. And when I left him in 2012, there was 2 months where I was staying with the same daughter and couldn't have Hayley in her apartment. And so Hayley went and stayed with my son for a little while. and then I got my own apartment for a little bit, and Hayley was with me again. And then I was living with my oldest daughter, and Hayley was with me again. And that was, I'm trying to think when that was when I went to live with her. I think that was in 2014. Although that doesn't quite seem right. Maybe it was 2013. And had Hayley. And then, oh yeah, I guess it was 2014. Because then in July of that year, 2014, I got Jax. And Jax was just this little teeny kitten, and I brought him home. And I wanted Hayley to get used to having another cat. It was my hope that that they would get along and I'd have 2 cats because I really wanted 2 cats. And I fell in love with Jax. Absolutely. But Hayley had other thoughts, and she tormented Jax. And he had a litter box issues because of Hayley. And so when I got the RV, when I first moved into the RV, I thought it would be easier for Hayley if she stayed with my daughter. And so I took Jax with me. And that's why in my early videos you see Jax and not Hayley. And then, what was it? I don't know, I can't remember what month it was. I have to go back and look at the video that I made. My daughter was planning on getting 2 dogs, actually. And I knew that there was no way Hayley was going to be okay with 2 dogs. And, well, because the only thing Hayley hates more than other cats is dogs. And so that was when we traded, and I gave her Jax, and I took Hayley. And Hayley's been with me ever since, and will be with me until the day that she passes, which of course is going to be a heartbreaking day. When Hayley was about, I don't know, I want to say about 6 months old, maybe 8 months old, somehow she had her leg up under my kid's bunk bed, and somehow or another, my kids didn't know that she was underneath there, and plopped down on the mattress, and it snapped her. Yeah, I know I'm talking about you. And it snapped her bone, literally right. I can't remember which one it was. I think it was her left side though. But it snapped it completely off. Like her little leg was dangling. It was awful. And in fact it was either pay to have it fixed or put her to sleep. And she wasn't even technically my cat, but I was already in love with her, and there was no way I was going to let them put her to sleep. So they fixed it. They went in and created a whole new ball joint for her somehow or another. And so thank goodness too. What are you trying to get me? She doesn't like her leg messed with. That's why she's getting a little feisty with me. She's like, "Don't mess with my leg, Mom." And so, I don't know, her and I have been through pretty much everything together, and I'm just so blessed to have her now. And I learned my lesson about trying to have another cat, and I won't be doing that again. And as long as I have Hayley, she's the only animal that I'll have. That's just how she is. She does not do well with other animals. Oh, and I never let her have kittens. I went and got her fixed before she ever had any kittens, so she's never been a mother. And I've always wondered if maybe that might have been a mistake, because she has absolutely no mothering instincts. Like, even if it's a kitten, when Jax was a kitten, she didn't care. She was still basically, "I'm gonna kill you." And so this is my Hayley. I love her dearly. Yes, I do. She's my baby. And she cuddles with me at night. When I go to bed, she will literally crawl under the covers and put her face on my face, and sometimes I kind of have to push her away a little bit because she literally will cover my nose and I can't breathe. But yeah, she cuddles with me at night. It's the sweetest thing ever. I love you, Hayley. And she talks to me. There you go. So that's the story of Hayley. She'll be 12 on the summer solstice. I always thought it was so cool that she was born on the summer solstice. And she's a little Cancer kitty. She's Cancer like her mama. And so yeah, I just wanted to share kind of a little bit of the history and the story of my kitty.